Hello, everybody. Welcome to Atmoseeker Live After Dark special. I'm just bouncing around here, bouncing around to the music, sweet tunes from Stellar Cruise. Been jiving these tunes for the last few live streams, and I haven't got copyright struck, so I'm gonna keep them coming. Yeah, good music. I like it. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Sorry we missed out on last week's stream. I was ill last week for Monday through to like Wednesday and stuff. And yeah, now we're back. Now we're back to it. I'm into it. I've got projects on the cook and stuff. But yeah, tonight a little bit more relaxed. I think we've got a few terrain type things out, but I'm mostly here because I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I've been just kind of jonesing to try out with some like lights and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of an experiment tonight. We're gonna have a look at yeah, just some lights and stuff. We've got some folks who are new to the Atmoseeker Discord that we have been just asking about, like, oh, what's a good kind of like lights kind of thing to get started up with kind of like atmospheric kind of thing. So we might have a look at some of the basic kind of things as well as maybe I'll be better if I talked into the microphone like that. No, I'm not here for like streaming knowledge or anything. I'm here for the fog lights. That's right. That's why I'm here. I only even have this camera pointed the right way, so we're off to a great start. I see we've got some folks in the chat. Good to see you folks. We see from like the US in the morning, early morning. Dalcenia, Jesse Lee, Victor, Overkill Joe. Good to see you here. Don't just being human. We're here to hang out. Yeah, that's right. It's gonna be nice and relaxed. I should have got a coaster for this. This is not coaster proof. I'm gonna put it next to Braino though. He'll keep it cool for me though. He's got a little panel there for himself. Keep himself nice and slick. Yeah, it's been a tough week. Been a tough week lately, actually, like with the sickness and everything. And yeah, other things. If you're in the Discord, you know I've got some things I'm working on in the background that have kind of crept up. But if you want to join that Discord community, there's a link in the Patreon if you want to join that and see some like behind the scenes, or even get like some early access to some 3D files and stuff. Just kind of been finishing up some stuff on like the big dungeon column stuff we've been designing that has been interesting for like propping up some lights, getting some fog onto the terrain. So Dark Kamui, good to see you there. And yeah, we've got some stuff on the way. I know I've been a bit slow lately to kind of get some videos out, and that's just all been whole kind of like mishmash and stuff of busy life stuff. But you know how it is, and yeah, I'm not giving up. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going silently into the night. I think the live streams have been good to kind of keep things going. You guys can see what I'm working on, and we can keep rolling. Keep rolling. Yeah, what we've got here from like we were meant to continue on with the old rock build that we were doing the other week and stuff, but I kind of need a little bit of change of pace to kind of test out some lights and stuff. So that's what I mentioned at the start of the stream. But firstly, I want to say a huge thank you to my amazing supporters on Patreon. You guys keep all the resin in my printers, all the filament going, all the paints and stuff, all the like subscription stuff I've got to get, like 3D models and things. Super thankful for all of that support. You guys are just instrumental in keeping this whole thing alive. Not to mention all the motivation as well. And not just the Patreon supporters, just all the subscribers and commenters in the channels and stuff. So super thankful for all of you. With a special shout out to my Seeker level patrons, Anthony Von Olen, Blake Darley, Chris Andrus, Constructed Chaos, Devante, Dr. Justin L. Hamrick, John A. Johnson, Jonathan, Michael Dykes, and Mini Wargaming. Thanks everyone for your support. Yeah, I'm super thankful for it. All right, I poured myself this delicious glass, and I've yet to have a sip. You can see it sparkling there. Cheers. But it would be morning for a lot of our US viewers, and that has brought me up to an interesting point, because I've got a little bit of time on my hands that we might be able to do a US time friendly stream perhaps this week. So hit that bell icon if you don't want to miss out when we go live. I'll probably do a little bit more of an announcement. So if you're in the US and you want to have something a little bit more in the evening, afternoonish kind of thing, I'll have to look up time zones and stuff. Then we can work out what we can do, what night. Probably later in the week, maybe a Thursday or a Friday or something. I do have a Shadow Dark game I got to prep for. So I'm just gonna switch that over to a little exposure-y stuff. There we go. Got it. We might do like a more kind of US friendly stream. I know there's some folks in the Discord that would love to catch up and chat with that kind of stuff. So yeah, all right. So I've got a whole bunch of the stuff that we've seen before. We've got the house here, just because I want to be able to play around with some lights and stuff. And we might pull out some like other terrain boards and stuff as we're kind of like working on some things. Like the first one I've been kind of like playing around with is a new light that we got from. I've been on the lookout for more of a portable gobo solution. If you don't know what gobo is like it's like a concentrated spotlight that you can shape into different things. So let's see. I've got it on a stand here at the moment. Now, these are typically pretty not cheap to get, but I guess as far as gobos go, Oh, Andre, welcome, buddy. Thank you so much for the $10. Yeah, I usually don't get any super chats in here, so it's thank you so much. It's awesome to see and awesome to have you here. Thank you very much. But yeah, basically this one, it's what do I want to call it? It's like a LED flashlight, basically. But basically what gobos are, you can see it's got like the shape on the front here. Hang on, let's switch over to this guy. If I could take that off. It's basically like a focused beam of light. Usually these are a lot bigger, and a lot more expensive. Like I've seen ones for like different kind of like shapes of light and stuff, and they get upwards into thousands and stuff. So this one is just shy of 100. I think it was like 90 or stuff. So still pretty pricey for like a flashlight basically, but it's got a special lens on the center there. If we zoom in a bit, I'll show you. It's got a special lens in there. You can see we've got different kinds of LEDs in there, and these I think basically what happens is because it's a photography light, they're like, we can charge a bit more for this kind of stuff, because I feel like I've seen cheaper versions of these. I think maybe not specifically for like videography and stuff, but stuff like flashlights where you can like focus the beam a bit. Like if I turn it on here, you guys will see what I mean. So it's pretty powerful. It's all battery operated, and I've been using it all week for a game that I've been running at home with the kids, where we'll run like maybe a half-hour session every night. And you can, if I switch to this guy actually, let's see. Yeah, you can see it kind of focuses the light. You can go wide. So I'm just moving that slider, and that's making it narrower or wider. And that's pretty good for like if you're going to have something pretty close. Like you can see how close I am to this kind of like area. And it's pretty bright and wireless. And it's got different like color modes and stuff. But the thing I like about these kind of gobo lights as well is that you can have different filters on the front of them for different styles of like shapes of light. And I'll quite like that to kind of get more of a organic kind of feel to the light, rather than just like a flat, like if we switch to this guy, yeah, you see, it's just flat wash hellscape. The only thing I don't like too much is just it doesn't have all the colors. It's got yellow, blue, white, and red. It's like, where the hell is my green? So, where's the green? So I figure for green I'll have this, and I'll switch it to white, and I'll use maybe like one of those gel kind of things. It did come with this very, very flimsy looking rubber thing, right? So this is what they use to kind of fix in all the little shaped filters that you can pop into there. And it's a pain in the ass because you got to get it in there and then squish it around, and I hated that. So I designed my own, which was this 3D printable one that goes onto the front of it now. Just jams on the front, and I've got it at the top that you can basically just slide it on, and it's on. And then see, because we've got those little filtery things, makes a bit more of an interesting shape for all these lights and stuff. So they came with a whole bunch of filters, but what I do like, what's giving me some ideas is kind of like, what can I do to kind of get maybe some 3D printable ones for different types of locations and stuff. Like they don't have a lot of more organic shapes. It's all very kind of like love hearts and stuff like that. With the fog effect, maybe we get a little bit more fog going in here. Be pretty cool. But yeah, I've been liking it. I've been going like super simple on my like table setup with the kids, and I'll just have it up here on like a stand. So this is a microphone stand, just like one of those standing weighted ones. So it's got a weight at the bottom, and we can get it down like that. I'm gonna move that here closer, so maybe we can see it through here. But you can kind of see the difference from, if we go from just, all right, I'm gonna just take the filter out. See, that's just flat color, but then with the gobo, little filtery thing, kind of dapples that light a bit better. Got a lot of fog. You know what? I think that's a good point. Let's get a little bit more fog going on in here. It's always on fire. Yeah. So it's got that dial on the side, just for like brightness. I don't like that it does that double flash when it gets to the end of it. Just stay at the end. So that's been all right for like a quick light to kind of throw at things on the table for that kind of effect. You can see how it changes from that very flat kind of light to something a bit more majestic. Yeah, I like it. It's been good, and I think that the battery life has been pretty decent. I've only had to charge it today after running several half-hour sessions of it just on its own battery. I just wish it had green, honestly. But yeah, I've used it at a mate's place for a Shadow Dark session where it was kind of this type of light, where we had the forest light come down. Maybe we can get some forest terrain on there. But yeah, you can see it kind of gets that dappledness done. You know, and that's just the one light coming down. So it's almost like a static version of that like wave light type thing. Speaking of which, I did want to kind of pull that out because that came up in conversation recently. I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure if I can make that happen. We can try. It's up there. You can see it plugged in. Oh, I think it is plugged in and ready to go. It's just I just have to kill myself to get it. Gotta reach. Got it. One. You know, we're gonna just like start jamming onto this this other post here, maybe. like stands and stuff is also another thing that we that sometimes gets overlooked with these types of setups. Like you can say like whatever lights and whatever you want, but if you have nothing to mount it to, then it gets all a bit chaotic. So I quite like these types of microphone stands because they've got a weight. Maybe I could show it at the bottom. Yeah, if I sit down here with my feet. Yeah, you can see there, it's got the weighted bottom at it. See my legs down there. Ooh, struggling because it's all dark. But yeah, it's weighted at the bottom and then it comes up. But I like those because you can place them on the floor and keep things off the table, and it doesn't interfere too much with it. And because they're weighted, it keeps it pretty stable, which is good. My son has an LED light he uses to sleep, so we put tissue paper over the top of the color to diffuse it, the intensity. It works great, and probably can use it to get softer edges too. I would recommend it for incandescent lights though, that's get hot. Yeah, I would use like those colored gels or something. Yeah, like for instance, if we switch this guy to white, I could just steal one of these gels out of here. I've got like a green one there. I'll just pop it in there. That's an alright job. I'm probably could get a more intense green with like a yellow and blue filter. The house is ready. Yeah, the house is complete. It's been complete for a little bit. I need to get some shots together. Yeah. All right. That's it. All right. What else were we looking? Oh, we were looking at the wave light here. So this is one of those like DJ party light kind of deals, and it's been basically like a long favorite on the channel for a long time. And it's usually one of those lights that I say to a lot of folk to kind of, if you're starting out and you're not sure what to get, it's probably the easiest kind of like barrier to entry, because you don't have to worry too much about like how you control it. It comes with a remote, and because it has like that animated effect, it's always cool. And for the longest time, I've definitely used a lot of them. I actually have to switch the plug of that guy. This guy. There we go, and we'll turn off the other one. Oh. Yeah, so now we're just going with that guy. So this one, I can't remember what this one was, what brand this one was. Oh, it says on the back, Beams. But there's cheaper ones you can get. And sometimes, depending on the type you get, usually you need a little bit more distance. So like you see, this one's a bit too close. But I'm gonna see if I can find that promote for it. Oh. I've got like hundreds of remotes. Oh, I got it. Yes. All right. Yeah, because I quite like just using the simple colors. But for the longest time, I definitely used. Let's turn that off. For the longest time, I definitely had like a pair of these, and it was what was it? I had just like LED candles, and that did a lot of the work. I think I would mount these on like the ceiling. I remember having the whole garage kind of set up that way. I'm trying to come from the back here. So look at that eerie light. But see, even like this is quite good because you get that like eerie ghost light. Something about just having that little bit of animated effect. It's a great beginner type of light. Let's see if I can get that exposure. And yeah, I think there was a video on the channel that talked a little bit about it, that you can change them for different styles of locations, and they get those different effects. And depending on how you position it, you can get like a more of a fiery type thing. But I quite like using them even just for like general cloud cover or like sky kind of things. So it just adds a little bit more of that movement to things. I can't quite see it from there, but yeah, they're a great beginner light. So if you put them on a stand or something, have them. I think a pair of them work pretty well, especially if you have one like here, like on your terrain, and you have another one, maybe around the room, like it's like on the wall or the ceiling and stuff. It kind of creates a bit more of an immersive effect. Can you slow down or speed up the animation? Oh, it depends on the brands you get. This one's going quite nice and slow. I like it when you can go pretty slow, but you can speed them up. So like we can go faster. This one's got a fair few notches for the speed. Especially if I take this guy and I flip him upside down, so we get the direction going the other way. See, now that's starting to look like fire. Whoa. That's probably moving too fast. I like to have them on the slowest one. Yeah, this does go pretty fast though. Intermittent moonlight, like clouds passing over. It's almost like you want like a mix of both. Let's see, we've got red, blue, green, red, green, red, green. Trying to find like the right color here. If I had white, there's no white on this one. Some of them have white. If you can find ones that have like white LEDs on them, white's a good one to have. But yeah, for like intermittent clouds. I mean, yeah, this is good for like underwater vibes, or if you're kind of trying to generate a sense of like wind. Yeah, I quite like it for like the green one where it's like haunted spectral energy kind of like floating around a bit. But yeah, like even just like one of those or something, great beginner light I found. Yeah, the links keep changing for like Amazon or something if you want to like find something like this. But I think the things to keep an eye out for are like white LEDs, if it has those, because often they'll try and fake it by like mixing the colors to make white, which can look okay sometimes. But like, yeah, if it has white LEDs in it, that's a keeper usually. If you 3D print a ring with cloud shapes and run it through some sort of rotating motor or fan. Well, see, this thing inside it, it has like it has a little motor that's spinning, and it's got the it's basically just spinning that little. It's got like a little crystal thing that's spinning. So maybe you could open it up and just do your little like draw on it or something. to get your clouds or something. Could work. But yeah, there is something spinning in there. Usually on some of the cheaper ones though, the electronics can be pretty delicate. So if you open it up, I think I've definitely lost a couple doing it that way. But you know, risk reward. Yeah, those are great. So we got that light, and I was trying to work out some stuff with like projectors as well. Projectors are good. I think they're getting cheaper these days as well. So I quite like them. It's just now getting an interface that's easy enough to kind of, you know, control. Because if you're like, I don't know, you're running the whole game through a laptop, you've already got like your Stream Deck, everything going, and then, I'm gonna manage this projector at the same time. Sometimes, depending on like on your computer setup, it can be okay if you're running like a video cord out to it. But I wanted to try something else with the one I've got here. Now, the one I've got here, this one is just a cheap projector. Well, one of the cheap ones. As cheap as projectors go, I reckon. I'm trying to just think of the price. I want to say it was under $100 for a projector that's pretty compact and has decent throw. Actually, you know, not bad. Usually projectors go up into like thousands and thousands, so I'm trying to go as cheap as we can. But the thing I wanted to try with this one is if I can hook up my phone to it, because that would make it easy for like, I don't know, spell templates or putting some like projections on there. So yeah, let's try something out because I wanted to see what kind of effects we can get with that. Yeah, what's happened to all my fog? Must be out of fog fluid or something. I reckon I am. Oh, it's right empty. Better now. I think it's been trying to fog over here, and no juice. No fog's been happening. There we go. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Oh. Beautiful now. Okay. Where the hell did that cable go? I had it ready to go and I've lost it. There it is. Ooh. Okay, let's see if we can get a little bit of projection going here with this guy. If there's anything I'm looking at tonight that you're kind of like curious about, I'm notoriously bad at linking stuff. So yeah, feel free to shout out in the comments and say, Seb, what was this light or something? And I'll try and track it down for you. This one, I've got a little adaptery guy that's going to go into my phone. It might vary for whatever type of phone you might have. I think it's working. Aha. Alright, so while at the moment it's just projecting my phone on there. I was just going to pull up some like YouTube videos. Background playlists. Ugh. I want... Oh, here we go. Backgrounds. Let's see what we got. So I'm going to use some like special effects. Absolutely love the mutant in the green vats. Oh, those guys. Yeah. Do you have anything about how they were made? It seems it's not the same as the brain. No, the brain. Yeah, the brain is real. That's a real jiggly guy. These guys in these tubes. So that's the back of a projector. Yeah, those guys. That's a monitor, and it's got. But I'm putting some props around it to kind of help sell it as its own thing. I probably could do a better job of getting some, maybe like some plastic around it to create a bit more of a vibe of those tubes. But those that's a free video from Black Scroll Games. They have a series of terrain that basically you can put your phone in for different types of effect, and one of the terrain pieces they have has these little vat tubes kind of thing, and this thing has to like plays behind it. It's a really cool effect. But yeah, I've just kind of like blown it up to kind of play there on that screen. Yeah, it works really well, and it's a great way of like I need I need some like life-size props for my space real quick. You can just throw it on a TV, that kind of thing. So it's yeah, it's cool. Yeah, they do the 3D printed portals. That's the yeah, calling all portal things. All right, I'm gonna try and find some special effects to play on this thing. Here we go. We'll start with this. Can I loop? Is it looping? I don't know how I loop it. Playback speed. It's gonna skip to the next one. Loop video. There we go. All right, got it. All right, so we got this guy. I'm gonna have to turn off some lights. Yeah, definitely need to want to be able to have this projector a little bit further back, I reckon. Just trying to make it not fall off the goddamn thing. But yeah, look, that's roughly. I probably could get a bit better of an effect if I don't know, maybe if I softened those edges or something. But that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, if we threw some fog on there, we'd be laughing. Let's see if I can get that fog going again. Yeah, honestly, this was like the alternative I was looking for like a gobo type stuff. I'm just gonna put that guy there. It'd be better if I had it coming from behind or something. I'm gonna have to turn this guy off. This big boy. I don't know if I can reach it. Ayo. There we go. Got it. But yeah, that's cool. That's just that like one video. Actually, I might try and frame this up a bit better. There we go. To get like that harsh corner and stuff, but it's probably unavoidable with some stuff. But it's a good way of putting a little bit of an effect on there. Yeah, you can see I'm controlling it with the phone over here. That does make it a bit easier to kind of like hook up. Ooh, that one works pretty well. I guess because it's got a bit more of a shadow around on the video. Oh, I definitely should have... Let's go back to the other one. You gotta make them loop though. Oh man, I have to do that for every video? That's not too good. Maybe if I used local video files instead of YouTube, that might work a bit better. We mix it with the fog though. Getting a bit thicker. What else can we try out here? Got some storm stuff. This is just, what is this? Just like drone footage or something? Yeah, it's probably not frequent enough. If I can get some like lightning going, that would be pretty cool. Ooh, yeah, that's all right. So yeah, the video I've got here is someone's just filmed like a thunderstorm that's just going nuts. All right, let's combo it with this new flashlight. So, pretty, I was going to say simple setup, but like relatively speaking, pretty simple. I guess you've got, it's just two light sources. We've got projector there and this guy here. So the dappled light is just creating yeah, see that, now that is some crazy spookums there. Put a couple of adventurers. And that fog is coming through thick. Might just slow that one down actually. This fog's coming through uncut. This Brano's fluid coming through. Just tone it down a little bit. That's really good. It's actually surprisingly good lightning storm effect. Like you think it'll look more like the video, a lightning from storm, instead of a reflection like it's doing now. yeah, it's kind of, that's kind of what we got side by side there. Like, you don't even see all those like trees and stuff. You just see all those like intense lightning kind of moments. That's actually a really cool way of like just being able to see that stuff side by side. I dig it. What else can we do? What else we got? That's interesting from just like a video. Actually, I wonder if you can get like, if I filmed like if there was like a fire. That's interesting. I really have this fog coming from behind, not in front. Bit better coming from behind. But yeah, that fire was pretty cool. I want to go back to that fire we had. I even like it where it's just like a small little focus thing. I wonder if we had oh, where am I going with that? What's this one? So if you want to try out any of these videos, there's a playlist on the channel that has 192 background videos that you can try out. And honestly, like, probably if I was going to do this proper for realsies, I would probably download a lot of, or like capture some videos or use some stuff from like some of the folks like from Kinemancer. But it's a good way of like just trying stuff out if you want. Yeah, see, like even this one's just like it's garbage because it's like just a big forest at like autumn time. I guess, yeah, we're looking for like more kind of like effects. Yeah, see, that's a snow thing. I wonder about like the icy type stuff. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, see the big white ones, bit of a wash from stuff. This one's like a galaxy kind of thing. Bit subtle. Maybe if I turn off this guy. Yeah, see, that's a bit too subtle. So it's almost like the video itself needs to have some kind of contrast in it. So anything like effectsy, like fire, like these ones. Oh man, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's almost like it's almost like we've got just fires in the windows. No, go back. Yeah, see, that's kind of rad. Yeah, so little, it's actually really good for like little fire effects. Even that one, that's kind of like spread it around a bit. I keep clicking on like the big white ones. Oh yeah, see, yeah, stuff like the lightning effects work really well because it's these kind of big, powerful, bright, contrasty type of effects. And I guess that's the other thing, like because of how close we've got the projector, a lot of stuff might not be in focus. So if you're going for like a 1-to-1 like focus, depending on how close you have it, if it's just looking for those like light ranges, like the brightness, then it doesn't really matter if it's in focus or not. At least that's what I'm finding. What's this one? It's like a matrixy kind of thing. Yeah, there are some like effects videos from Kinemancer in his like horror range that I might want to try out on this. They're just like a little bit harder to kind of set up here. I can't just pop up a video on my phone unless I process it or something. What's this one? This one looks pretty cool. Oh, so like the embers. Embers are cool. Yeah, so like flames, embers, ghostly like spectral stuff is pretty cool. Lightning. Yeah, I guess like lightning and stuff works really well. Yeah, stuff with like, yeah, that high light values. This one's like a abstract. Ugh. Still, yeah, still pretty cool. I'm wondering if there's something else we can try out with this. I'm gonna look up like a Halloween ghost type thing. Halloween. Ghost projection. What do we got? I've got some skulls. We've got some ghosts. Projector loops. Yeah, there's a bit of crossover with Halloween projections and Atmoseeker. What else we got here? I can find something. Oh, there's one that just has eyes. That's fun. Just trying to see if there was like moving style ghosts. You know, just like classic cartoon ghosts like whispering around. Anything like that? But these guys dancing ghosts. Oh, so basically, this is just like one of those Halloween haunts where they kind of throw a projector on a whole house, but it's just at a miniature scale. That's all we're doing. I just want some moving ghosts. That's what I want. Nothing. Oh my god. Scared me. Oh, this is just a compilation. Ugh. I'm trying to find a cool one to finish on. I just wanted some like moving ghosts. I know I've got something like that. But yeah, that's one of those effects. What do you call like the effects video? Atmos effects, I think it is. Like they sell Halloween projections. I can find something on YouTube. Ugh. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go back to that lightning scene. That lightning scene was cool. How do we do that? There we go. That one. Yeah. There. quite like that one. It's probably my favorite. The hypnotic pattern one was good too. All right. Well, now I just got to finish this thing. I just got to finish the floating rock, and then we can film some stuff. So we might take some of these lights and stuff that we have tried tonight, and I've got some ideas of how to film some of the composites for this house. So we got to flock that rock. That is something either I'm going to do in the week. Maybe we'll do it in our USA stream sometime this week. So stay tuned if you don't want to miss out. If you're in the US and you want to catch me live, it'll be live. It'll be live this week. And yeah, we'll flock that rock. But yeah, I think this is where we're going to leave it for now. I got a couple more lights and stuff that we can look at, but I'm feeling pretty satisfied with a couple of ones we've looked at tonight. If you don't want to miss out on future videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to get some like little bonus content or some like little tips and tricks in the Atmoseeker community, feel free that not feel free, but like if you're curious, check out the Patreon community. It's a great group of people in there, and we have a lot of fun sharing our own little creations and stuff, and little foggy stuff. And yeah, there's some good behind the scenes stuff in there too. And some early access to some like 3D printable stuff that I'm working on. Huge thank you everyone who has joined in tonight's stream. And yeah, I'll catch you later in the week or next week or in the next episode. So until then, take care of yourselves and let's create and inspire. See you guys. Woo.